You know, it's really beautiful here in Big Sur, but did you ever have one of those days where you just knew you're going to get wet, you're going to get soaked, it's going to be cold, and you're pretty much far away from anything? So we'll see how the day goes. It might limit our testing and video for the day, but we'll work around it. You know, as I sit here thinking about it for this ride in these conditions, it's a good time to talk about the power delivery on the Concours 14. The Concours makes huge doses of torque and an even higher number of raw horsepower. I mean, for gosh sake, it is a engine based on the ZX14. It's been tuned for lower and mid-range power delivery without sacrificing the top end completely. Things like decreasing the header pipe size. The pipe is smaller diameter, exhales through a single long muffler, which reduces weight and allows for the easier placement of the shaft drive. It's quieter than the ZX14's exhaust. But back to power delivery. I mean, this bike, I can't demonstrate it here, is fast, very fast. Top end, it just simply wails. But what Kawasaki did is they made the low end and mid-range very usable. There'd be some out there, just horsepower mongers, saying, oh, I wish it hit harder, lower, stronger. But, you know, a sport touring bike, you're going to encounter conditions like this. And not having a brutal delivery of the power, low end or mid-range, is going to help you immensely. And we've been in some other wet conditions before today, and the power delivery works very, very well. For a bike of this size, you really have no problems. You can use your right hand and get the power any way you like it without being worried, without any sudden hits. And this is just a type of thing that shows how important that is. So power is very adaptable. When you want to go fast, all you need to do is get the revs up some, and I'm sure you'll be totally satisfied with how the Concours 14 accelerates at that point. But that kind of hard-hitting power is further up in the rev range, but readily available. The road doesn't look it, but the road is completely wet, throwing up a mist from tires. Use my little squeegee on the Tourmaster Winter Elite glove. It's a little awkward, but it's certainly got the shield clean there. After hard rain and heavy winds on the coast, anything is possible and probable on California's Highway 1. So have to keep that in mind every second on this road. The upper portion is pretty much sport. A little bit larger. Big difference being that it has a electronically adjustable windshield, as you see in front of you now. It's most quiet when it's down all the way. Quite substantial airflow. Hits well below the helmet. The air wraps around you for a cooling effect. In cool weather, it's much cooler with the windshield down. You put it up, all of a sudden your body kind of goes forward because the air swirling around you goes away, and much warmer with the windshield up. We're not enamored with the quietness provided by the windscreen. It certainly takes the wind off in a big way, but it's not particularly quiet like most of the sport touring fairings we've been experiencing. The jury is still out on the suspension on the Concours 14. Not completely sure what it's doing. Usually that tells you something like handling or suspension is doing a really good job because you're not noticing it. Rough roads, it's been in good control, no issues whatsoever. One nice thing about the brakes is like right there, I didn't get into the anti-lock in the front. I did slightly into the rear, which is very common to get into it with the rear, but not a big deal on this bike. You feel it, doesn't really distract you much at all. Conditions are improving greatly. That docile power I've been using meagerly opens up to a lot of power when you want it, especially for stretches like this. The handling slows up in situations like this at higher speeds. A little more tug on the bar, but it's smooth, no twitchiness, very good stability. You know, as we stop to take a quick look at what's going on the Pacific Ocean here, I've got to say, so far the suspension is really impressing me. This road, unlike most roads, really taxes the suspension, particularly when you're at speed. All kinds of bumps and hits, and the Kawasaki's taking it all, you know, a little bouncing around here and there, but no harshness is getting through to me, the rider. Very nice. Keeping its composure well. Just take this in for a second here.
Hotel accommodations, while in the Monterey area, provided by Holiday Inn Express, Marina, California. Located near the Laguna Seca racetrack, this hotel has provided us with superior comfort and service time after time. It's one of our favorites, so check them out.